Eirdu, Carrier of Dawn / Isilu, Carrier of Twilight is a great commander from the new Lorwyn set. Eirdu is a 5/5, 3 generic, 2 white drop with flying and lifelink and reads creature spells you cast have convoke, and at the beginning of your first main phase you may pay 1 black and if you do, transform Eirdu. He transforms into Isilu, Carrier of Twilight, which also is a 5/5 drop with flying and lifelink, and he reads each other non-token creature you control has persist, and at the beginning of your first main phase you may pay 1 white and if you do, transform Isilu. At a first glance, this commander is heavily creature focused. It wants to either swarm the battlefield with lots of small creatures, or some really big heavy hitters using Eirdu's convoke ability, or running lots of creatures that benefit from death using Isilu's ability. The first staple for the deck that comes to mind is Mycaius the Unhallowed. The main ability with him that the deck focuses on is his final ability, which grants other non-human creatures you control undying. This ability effectively nullifies the persist restriction on Isilu, automatically making this card a must-have in the deck. Some other similar cards that do this include Cathar's Crusade, Solemnity, and Vizier of Remedies. They all cancel out the persist restriction in their own separate ways, and Cathar's Crusade can also exponentially boost your creatures, but be careful not to run this on the battlefield with Solemnity in play. Furthermore, any creature that has Undying fits perfectly into the deck. These cards are Butcher Ghoul, Evernight Shade, Endling, Vengeful Vampire, and Sightless Ghoul. Another great include is Luminous Broodmoth. Although it doesn't cancel out anything, having essentially another Isilu on the battlefield is always nice. Finally, any board wipes fit perfectly into the deck. Cards like Dam, Toxic Deluge, Meathook Massacre, Blasphemous Edict, Austere Command, Wrath of God, Living Death, and Damnation can be devastating for your opponents to deal with. Not only does it clear the board, but with Isilu or something that acts like him, automatically puts you ahead of everybody else, while also giving you a great advantage in the game. The first ability focus is going to be Aristocrats, and the first aristocratic strategy that will be in the deck is going to be Life Drain. These include Blood Artist, Elasil Kor Sadistic Pilgrim, Cruel Celebrant, Zulaport Cutthroat, Bastion of Remembrance, Marina Apprentice, Southwind Avatar, Sephiroth Fabled Soldier, and Corpse Knight. All of these cards will drain your opponent's life quickly, while some of them can even gain you some life or offer even more benefits. Drawing is also greatly supported with aristocratic strategies. Cards like Grim Haruspex, Morbid Opportunist, Yawgmoth Thran Physician, Midnight Reaper, Agent Venom, Ayara First of Locthwain, and Priest of Forgotten Gods can all help you quickly get ahead of your opponents. You also can't go very far running aristocrats without mentioning sack outlets. Some of these include Viscera Seer, Astronaut's Altar, Phyrexian Altar, Spawning Pit, Carrion Feeder, Woestrider, Bartolome de Presidio, Umbral Caller Zealot, and Warren Soul Trader can all definitely help you achieve this aristocratic strategy and offer even more benefits. Although not a generic sack outlet, Teysa Orzhov Scion offers one, as well as a great removal and even adding some swarm capabilities. It's also hard not to mention aristocrats without mentioning Pitiless Plunderer. This card screams extreme value in the deck, and it is a must include. Alinda of the Dusk Rose is also a great inclusion. It can boost itself pretty quickly, and if it dies, it makes a ton of vampire tokens. Finally, Teysa Karlov doubles your death abilities and gives your creature tokens vigilance and lifelink, which is perfect for the deck. The second ability focus is going to be Swarm, and to begin the Swarm section, I have to mention the great cards to convoke using Eirdu's main ability. Both of the Titans are a good place to start. Sun Titan gives you reoccurrence, while Grave Titan can swarm pretty quickly and give you more fodder for your aristocrats. Demons are also perfect for convoking. Cards like Archfiend of Depravity, Archfiend of Despair, Burning Rune Demon, Harvester of Souls, Lord of the Forsaken, Razaketh the Foul-Blooded, Reaper from the Abyss, Valvagoth Terror Eater, or Vilis Broker of Blood are all great includes. They all give you tons of advantage, and nearly all of them help your strategy thrive. Inversely, Angels are not that bad either. Running cards like Admonition Angel, Angel of Despair, Avacyn Angel of Hope, Exquisite Archangel, Platinum Angel, Herald of Eternal Dawn, Rhea Dawnbringer, Sarah's Emissary, and Rodolph Duskbringer are all great inclusions. Similarly, most of them play into your strategy and can even protect you or your stuff for relatively low cost when convoking. Finally, going along with the convoke strategy, Masako the Humorless lets your tapped creatures still be active during combat, essentially removing the downside to convoking creatures. Some other good swarm cards are the Life After Death cards. These include Pawn of Ulamog, Ministrant of Obligation, Tithe Taker, Seraph of the Scales, Doom Dissenter, and Unoffensa, Unyielding Lineage, can offer some great swarm abilities with your aristocratic strategies. Finally, Afterlife Insurance gives this ability to all of your creatures, making this a great inclusion to the deck. The first obvious win con is Geralf's Messenger with any sack outlet while Isilu is on the battlefield. As long as there are no interruptions, you can ping each opponent to death pretty easily. Another similar combo involves Blasting Station, any card with Persist, and Isilu, which essentially does the same thing, albeit 1 damage less. Triskelion and Isilu alone can also slowly ping opponents to death, which is a little quicker than the other two. Another great option is Moonshaker Cavalry, and as long as you have enough creatures, it becomes essentially the white version of Craterhoof Behemoth, which, as we all know, can obviously win you the game. The final win con is Veto or any card that acts like him, and using Exquisite Blood or Bloodthirsty Conqueror to drain your opponents to death. It's pretty viable in the deck even if you don't end up getting the combo, since your aristocrats can leech off of your opponents and give you quite a bit of life to work with. There are plenty of protection cards that can be added into the deck that can help with your strategy. The most obvious two are Selfless Spirit and Boromir, Warden of the Tower. They both have a built-in sacrifice ability and give your creatures indestructible. Another honorable mention is Guardian of Faith. He can phase out all of your creatures at instant speed when he ETBs, and if you have a sack outlet with Isilu present, he can do it again. The evoke cards aren't that bad either. These include Emptiness, Meadow Boon, Revellark, Shriekmaw, Solitude, and Wispmare. You get double the ETBs when Isilu is present, and the creature on the battlefield permanently. Finally, there are some other swarm options for the deck. These include Bitter Blossom, Bitterbloom Bearer, Skrell's Hive, Inkshield, and Charismatic Conqueror. All of them don't directly tie into helping your commander, but do offer great fodder for your aristocrats, convoking, and wincons. Now, onto the Spiciness section. To begin the Spiciness section are a couple of strange sack outlets. These include Martyr's Cause and Fanatical Devotion. Both are generic sack outlets, but offer an upside that differs from most. Also, why not punish your opponents for when your stuff dies? Include Dictate of Erebos, Solthera the Super Void, and Grave Pact to quickly make your opponent's board states go down very quickly. Finally, I can't publish this video without mentioning the pure value card being Sad Robot. He gives you everything that you need and more, all while feeling a little bit depressed. Overall, Eirdu, Carrier of Dawn / Isilu, Carrier of Twilight is a fantastic commander to play. There are so many strategies you can take with this deck, and no matter which one, they all will be really fun. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy brewing.